Nigeria Institute of Quantity Surveying. Victor drives business growth and informs strategic decisions with data-driven insights. And with all these things that I've read, I'll just like us to follow through the class because it promises to be great. I can say that, and I'm saying it again. It promises to be great. So tell someone to tell someone to tell someone that SynthAnalytics Excel Bootcamp has started. They can join in. They can join in. Let them join in. If you know someone that needs to learn about Excel, someone that is out there that feels Excel is very hard or that is not something that they can have knowledge about, let them join in. Let them join in. Let them come and learn and see the things that they can do with Excel. Victor Hokolapo is also the founder and the CEO of SynthAnalytics, which is a fast-growing startup in Nigeria. What do? We empower SMEs and individuals to make data-driven decisions and grow their businesses, basically. Don't worry, as time goes on, we're going to hear more about SynthAnalytics. But for now, join me in welcoming Kolapo Victor.
Can we I'm not sure there's an please. So I think someone's mic is on. I think someone's mic is on. But please, let's see to all. Let me see if I can make it.
Okay.
Sammy, mute your mic.
Okay, so I think I've done that from my own end already. So let me welcome everybody to our class today. I believe that it should be engaging, and then I believe that it should be interactive. So then, just as a means of welcoming everyone, let me ask the question that when you saw the bootcamp, when you saw about the dinner, what was the first thing that actually came to your mind? Let me it's not the difficult question because I don't we can't we have over 60 people on the call and we can't
Please kindly check your voice.
So but then however whatever comes to your mind about what this class is all about or what you are going to get from this class, I want you to know that it is actually very possible. It's actually very possible. I started my journey way back. In fact, I was speaking on my LinkedIn this morning, and I was saying about that. Which Excel actually, I got exposed to Excel because of my profession. As a quantity surveyor, using a Java control that I learned a little about Excel while growing up. Excel was more used as a quantity surveyor. And then in the school I went to, I went to the school. I really went to the school. So my audio is quite low. Oh, okay. So let me try and project better.
Check your audio, please. Check your audio. It's not that good.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to check on my feedback. I think my audio is not too bad. I think my audio is not too bad. I can hear. I think I can hear.
It's better now. It's better now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So I will say that years back I started my use of Excel, and then I started looking at what can Excel be used for. And then it's let me use the word, it has been one of my biggest decisions so far in life. That's the truth. It has been one of my biggest decisions so far in life. And then why am I saying this? It is because my little knowledge of Excel then, it allowed me to actually transition between fields as I went. I have been able to transition from the ordinary use of Excel itself. I've been able to use that one as a kind of yardstick for me when I was diving into data analytics to learn the data analytics. And then now, the truth is I'm doing very great in the field of the data analytics. I don't know. Can you see my screen yet? I'm not okay. I think it's coming up. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? I think so.
No, no, we can only see you.
We
My
can
screen
see
is up.
your
Yes,
screen.
I can see your screen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My screen is up. Yeah. My screen is up. Thank you so much. Yeah. So for the next few weeks, we be journeying through data analytics. So once again, let me welcome every one of us on board. I used to be journeying through Excel. Don't mind me. I use the word data analytics. That's because I've been I've been so much taking training over and over and over on data analytics. However, this bootcamp is focused on Excel. And then, I was trying to check through what was viewed online, what's the level of proficiency of people in Excel at the moment. I saw that most people are beginners. We have some intermediate, and then maybe few advanced, maybe very few, or possibly I'm even dealing that few advanced myself. Don't mind me. So, but then this bootcamp will actually cover from novice. If you don't know anything about Excel, you've never used Excel before in your life, and you've never used it before. This bootcamp will actually start you from the basic and then put you on, set you on the right pedestal, so that anytime you are looking forward to advance your proficiency on Excel, you are going to have a strong foundation to lay on. In our first, during one of my sessions with my students, I had a student about a year ago, over a year now, and then during our conversation, when he was coming on board, he was point blank about it. That you know what he said, take me, I've never had reason to even buy system before. Talk less of even operating on any of these guys. Maybe your Excel, maybe any software on the system, or on system. I've never had course for it before. I said, okay, don't worry. We know where to start from. And then we have a journey, just about three months journey, just about 3 months journey. And then currently is actually doing very great using Excel. He's doing very good. Not only Excel, he's doing great using other softwares also. So we had just Excel class for just about 4 weeks, then other classes also. And then the truth is he's doing very, very fantastic. So, but then before we move further, I just want to I've mentioned before that I have some students, I have some this, and then one of the things when we are getting on board there, the name of the company was actually mentioned, SynthAnalytics. And then let me once again welcome everybody to SynthAnalytics. At SynthAnalytics, we are a fast-growing startup that is actually helping businesses and individuals to make data-driven decisions. I coined an acronym recently, and I watched the acronym that we help smart business owners and smart individuals to make smart business or personal decisions using data. Using data. So we help smart business owners and we help smart individuals to make smart decisions using data. And what we do actually is that we have partnership with some companies, with some real estate companies, at least about two of them, that we are fully in charge of their data analysis, looking at what the market trend is for them, looking at how their performance is, looking at what is happening in the market. Aside the fact that we have some other freelancing clients, I'm just mentioning some clients that we are working with in Nigeria at the moment. And then also, aside the fact that aside that part, we help in database management and setup, database administration and setup itself. And then also, aside from that, we train people that has interest in data analytics. And then our training arm is actually the arm that actually talks about this idea of having a free executive camp as one of our own way of giving back to the community, as one of our own way of giving back to all of Nigeria, so that others can also be a beneficiary of what we are actually enjoying. So, and that's the major reason why we are here tonight. So also briefly about myself, yeah. My journey as a data analyst actually started years back, over 5 years now. Let me give you a little bit of gist. Let me give you a little bit of gist about that. I have been using Excel for almost a decade now. Excel itself, I've been using Excel for almost a decade now. Now, about 5 years ago, or over 5 years ago, I was to do my final year project. As many of us that have been in that field before. I was to do my final year project, and then I contacted someone to help me with the final year research analysis and the like. And the person gave me a note. And I was looking at the money in my hand. And I was looking like at myself. I can do this, man. I can do this thing myself. I can do this thing myself. And then, you know what I did? I jumped on learning. I learned how to use SPSS. I learned how to use SPSS. I analyzed my own data myself. I submitted my lecturer felt fantastic, graded me, and then a few colleagues of my office said, "Oh, can you help us with our data analysis? Can you help us with data analysis? Oh, that is fine. That is good. I can help you do it." And then I did it. And then then it was not much of a. I always tell you that my own garden into data analytics is actually not more of a planned activity. It was not planned. However, it was people seeing value and then coming on board that, oh, right, we have this value and then we want to be associated with this level of value. We have this excellency, we want to be associated with this level of excellency because we know that we can actually give it. You know, when I had my first students, it was some people saying, "Oh, you know what? Come and teach us this." No adverts, no campaign, nothing. It was say, "Oh, you can do this, Victor. You can do this, Victor. Please, can you set up the platform? Come and train us on this, and then this and that and that." And then we had our first cohort, and it's run very very smooth. We have testimonies. We have some of our students. We have, in fact, I think we have. I don't know if Mr. Asma is on the call. He's working as a data science in a company in Lagos at the moment. So we have experience. We have some people that joined that it's not as if they wanted to dive into data analytics itself, that they are looking to use it to advance their career at the moment. And then we add such. And also, as a personal development, also, I schooled with a corporate finance institute. That was where I got my financial modeling and valuation analysis. And then I also did business intelligence and data analysis with corporate finance institute. And then that's the corporate body that actually training on how to use most of this software. And then also currently I am PMP satisfied. These are international certifications that and then one of the reasons why we are focused about these things is that as much as the fact that we want to teach, as much as the fact that we want to impact knowledge, you know, we believe so much in excellency. We believe so much in excellency, and then our own excellency, we don't want to limit it to the confinement of our class alone. We don't want to limit it to the fact that, oh, come to our class, you ask everything honestly, come to our class. No, your tutors must be able to do by example. Let's see your tutors at the forefront of the industry, seeing them doing great things in the industry, seeing them even developing themselves constantly, always. It should be a trigger for you, to be a good pedestal for you to also do what? To also know that continuous learning is actually very, very important and it's very challenging. So, and then that's one of the reasons why we have it. Also, we have some of our team members. We have our business development executive, Dr. Isaac. We have our COO. We have our COO, our chief operating officer. We have our chief operating officer, that is Mr. Tosin. We have one of our tutors is currently resident in the UK. He's a database administrator in the UK, and that's Mr. Sadi. We have our product manager. Yes, we've met our product manager already. That's Mr. Tinore. We have our SEO experts. That's Mr. Emmanuel, and then we have our marketing expert also. That's Mr. Steven. Also, we have our content writers. We have our content lead, and that's Ms. Damilola. We have our content lead. We have our social media manager. That's Ms. Favor. We have our academic head, my own executive assistant, that's Ms. Fumi. We have a lot of these guys so that we can ensure we can do a kind of check and balance on what we are delivering. You know, the truth is, you know, when I was preparing for this call, one of the things I was conscious about is the fact that, you know, these guys will come back, they will do a kind of evaluation, they will break everything down into details. That, yeah, we leave it here, we leave it here, we leave it here. Because I know that this check and balance actually always make us to maintain our level of integrity and excellency. This check and balance always help us to check our level of excellency. So those guys are there to do what? To ensure that we have an excellent bootcamp, not only in community program like this, also in vetting the old process. Talking about the vetting, this slide was prepared by a team member betting the whole slide. In fact, to the extent that they are betting where I will sit down. Anyway, that's just like the way anyway. So for this bootcamp, in the next 5 days, we will be looking at Excel. And then for the next 5 days, we'll be looking at the fundamentals of Excel to start with. And then from there, we'll be looking at the advanced part of Excel. I've mentioned this before, and I want you to note it very well. We will be starting from the fundamentals. So the fundamentals that there are some things we might teach in tonight's class that possibly you know already. There are some things, I think I saw some people, I can see some people even up their hand, but then please, if you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box. By the end of the call, you will be given opportunity to ask your questions. But then if you have another question or anything to ask at the moment, please you can drop it in the chat box. It will be communicated to me, and I will say that I will see if I can address it in class right now, or it will be addressed after the section. So, but then please, if you have any question, I might not be able to entertain it now. So please, either you drop it in the chat box, or after the section, if you can ask your question. So for today, what are we looking at? We are looking at number one, Excel fundamental. For today, we are looking at our Excel fundamental, and then we are looking at our working with data. Our Excel fundamental, we are looking at working with data. Then, okay, for the class generally, for the 5 days, for the 5 days, the first day is our Excel fundamental. The second day is working with data. The third day is formula and function. Then the fourth day is looking at our data analysis and visuals. And then on the last day, we'll be looking at advanced Excel techniques. And we'll be giving ourselves some tips on how to best use our Excel. We'll be giving ourselves some tips on how to best use our Excel. So, but then for today, what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be introducing ourselves to Excel and its interface. This is one of the reasons why I say what you'll be doing in class today might be something that some of you already know, possibly people that have been using Excel before. And then don't forget, as much as you know it at the moment, there are some people on this call that don't know it. There are some people on this call like you that they've never even used Excel before. So we want this school, we want this classroom to actually accommodate everybody, right from people that want to learn the fundamentals, the basic, the simplest form, and then to the people that want to have they want to solidify what they know already. So after that, we'll be talking about our basic calculations and formula. Then we also will be understanding our cells, rows, and columns. Then we'll be checking our data entry and editing techniques. Then from there, we will also be looking at those are the oversight of what we'll be looking at for today. So this is the breakdown. This is the lazy breakdown. So what is Excel? Let's start with that. What is Excel? Excel. For me, I always define Excel as one of the database management tools. Excel, I always define it as one of the database management tools. What do you mean by database management tool? Database management tool means that database is any place you can keep your information for referencing. I'll take that again. Database is any place you can keep your information for better referencing. For example, your hard disk, for people that are using hard disk, is a database. For example, your phone has internal memory. And then the internal memory of your phone can serve as a database. Why? Because you keep information in there. So because you can keep information in these guys, they are your database. So, however, under our database, we have something we call structured data and unstructured data. We have structured data and unstructured data. All these technologies that I'm using, I will try to be breaking it down because of people that are novice or in the field. However, for some people that maybe that have learned something before, they might be able to relate to some of these things. We have what we call structured data and we have what we call unstructured data. What is structured data? Structured data are data that are actually in table. Structured data are data that are actually in table. So when we're talking about table, we are talking about rows and columns. For example, let's assume you are asked to write the name of everybody on this call. And then we are asking you, number them, write their first name, write their second name, write their email address, write their age and the like. You know, all these things will be on separate column on the same thing, or on the same, and then each line will represent each person. So this is you having your data in rows and in column. However, we can have some data that are not in row and column, which are example of that is your picture. You know, today is Sunday for Christian. You guys, you want to talk today. Some of you snap picture, you snap picture on your phone. You know, some of them are business signatures. You know, your picture is an example of unstructured data. Why? Because you can't keep your picture in rows and in columns, but they are also data. For example, we are on this call right now. And then what is the mode of communication on this call? I am talking. And then at this point in time, we are recording this call so that at the end of this call, everybody can have access to it. That itself is a data. The recording that we are having in this class is a data because you can easily go back to it as reference. However, it is not in table and it is not in column. That is why it is unstructured data. So your voice notes, you know, you guys like sending voice notes on WhatsApp, on your WhatsApp. Your voice note is an example of data itself, but then they are unstructured data. So, but then your Excel is in rows and in column, which means that your Excel can only accommodate structured data. Your Excel is in rows and columns. Very soon we get back to the Excel interface so that we will see how the interface looks like. Your Excel is in rows and it is in columns. So, which means that the type of data set you have on your Excel is called structured data. Also, we have another guy we call spreadsheets. What difference between Excel and spreadsheet? The truth is, they both actually do the same thing, the large extent. In fact, at times I love using spreadsheets because there are some things I can easily do on spreadsheets that Excel will not. I will need another level of manipulation to get it done on Excel. That's the truth. You know, if you are lazy, I don't want to use the word lazy. But then if you want a soft life for yourself, you know, in fact, I will sincerely recommend that you go and use your spreadsheet. However, spreadsheet is basically online. It is basically online. Whereas your Excel, you can use your Excel offline. Although if your Excel can also be connected to your OneDrive for saving online and the likes. However, they actually follow the same module. They follow the same thing. You can do what you can do on your Excel. You can do the same thing on your spreadsheet. Once you can do your spreadsheet, you can do it on Excel. Once you understand the one very well, you can use the other. So very, very fast, let's get on our Excel so that we can look at our Excel interface, so that we can look at what Excel is, so that we can look at what the ribbons are, we can look at what the formula bar is, we can look at what the sheet tabs are, and then also we can now start some definitions of ourselves, of our role, of our definition of self, of roles, and then column in Excel. Then before we start going to other. So very fast, let me get to my Excel. Very fast, let me get to my Excel. Very fast. I am presenting again now, but then this time around, I'll be sharing my whole screen so that everybody can see what I can see on my screen. Okay, my mic is low now. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that. I can see that. I think it will get better very soon. It will get better very soon. Yeah, it will get better very soon. So I'm trying to. My screen should come up anytime from now. I'm trying to check from my feedback also. So I'm waiting for my screen to come up on your screen. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So now everyone should be able to see my Excel sheet. Everybody should be able to see my Excel sheet. I think everybody, if you can see my Excel sheet, can you use an emoji? Just any emoji. so that I can know you can see the sheets. Okay, fantastic, 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 fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. It shows that we are together. So now this is our Excel sheet. Don't forget, we want to look at the interface, and then we want to define some things on our Excel sheet. you know, I can see some people using different emojis, laughing emojis. I don't know whether you are laughing at the Excel sheet. Anyway, that's just by the way. Anyway, so this is our Excel sheet. But then we always call this guy Excel sheet, but then the truth is, it is not called Excel sheet. Let's start with that. This guy is actually not Excel sheet. This guy is actually called a workbook. This guy, okay, let me project so that we can hear my voice better in case my voice is low. This guy is actually not Excel sheet. This guy is called workbook. So inside the workbook, you can now add so many sheets. Now, this is your sheet. This is your sheet one. This guy over here is your sheet one. I can decide to have as many sheets I want. So that's to say that this guy is actually not Excel sheet. It is Excel workbook. It is a workbook. So just like your I education, you have different sheets on your I education, your sheet one. Once you are done writing on sheet one, you can go to sheet two. Once you are done with sheet two, you can go to sheet three. You can go as much as you want. So also on your Excel, you can open as many sheets as you want. You can open as many sheets as you want. So now don't forget, I said the other time that your Excel of use which kind of data. I use the word structured data. I use the word structured data. Your Excel can only use structured data. And don't forget that I said structured data. Someone is saying they can't see my screen. What's happening? Is it general? You can't see your screen, sir. Okay, I think it's back. I think it's back. I think it is back. Can we see my screen now?
Yeah.
If you can see my screen, okay, it is back. Fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
So sorry, I am getting my screen for some seconds. Okay. So I can't see. Yeah, you can't see it right now. Yeah. So I'm sharing it again now. I have to share so that I can read here. So sharing my entire screen. Okay, and then now let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So once you can see my screen, please you can use emojis. I'm already sharing my screen, looking for the screen to come up. I'm taking not showing again, yes, I know. So it should show anytime from now. Yeah, it's not You guys should be able to see my screen now. No. Okay, I think you guys can see my screen now. Please, if you can see my screen, please just use. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so let's get back. Let's get back on our Isaiah sheets on our Isaiah workbook. Thank you so much. Okay, so back on our Isaiah workbook, I mentioned the fact that this is actually a workbook and not a sheet. And then on the workbook, you can have different sheets, just like your page 1, your page 2, your page 3, your page 4, your page 5, any page you want. Now, the smallest element, they always say atom is what? There's this science that always say atom is the smallest unit of life. Is that not it? But then when it comes to a Z workbook, your smallest unit is called cell. Your smallest unit is called cell. And then this guy, like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, every one of them are called cell. Every one of them are called cells. All these guys, one after the other, they are all called cells. And in Excel, your cells has what we call numbering or name. So I said, I've mentioned cells to you that this guy is cell. This is cell, this is cell, this is cell. So your cell is what comes together to make your Excel sheet. So we have it from your workbook, then to your sheet. Now we are talking about your cells. So, but then each of the cells has a name. How do you know cells naming? So let's say cell naming. This is not a name ceremony anyway, but then at least everybody has been to the name ceremony before. And then if you're on this call, that means that they've done any ceremony for you before. Don't mind me. On the lighter mode anyway. But then this is just like you have a name. Every guy on Excel sheet also has a name. Just like you have a name. My name is Victor, and then that's my unique identity, color for Victor. Excel also, this sheet also has a surname and it has first name. Yeah, that's what. So let's do like that. It has a surname and it has a. So let's talk about Excel surname and then let's talk about the sheet, the cell first name. So let's talk about the surname and the the first name. So what's the first surname? I mentioned earlier that Excel is made up of rows. These are rows. Your rows are your horizontal. These are your rows, your horizontal. We said your Excels are made up of rows and your column, your verticals. So your Excel has column and then rows. Columns and rows. Note that. So we talked about columns and then we talked about rows. Now, not something. Your rows are in numbers. They are numbered. So the unique identity for each of your rows are numeric values. Your number 1 to the last number. Actually, Excel can accommodate up to 1.048 million rows. That's how far you can go on Excel. Let's see if you can get to the end. Yeah, can you see? 1.048576 rows. This is the maximum numbers of rows Excel can actually accommodate. If you've never been to the end before, this is the end. This is the end of Excel. And also, for column, Excel can accommodate over 13,000 columns. So by the time you go to this site, it's stopped as XFD. This is about 13,000 plus columns. About 13,000 plus columns. So now, your columns are numbered in ABC. That is alphabetical. Your rows are numerical. So now, anytime you want to do naming ceremony for your cell, it is always surname and first name. What's your surname? Your surname is your column name. And then your first name is your row name. Note that. Your surname for each of your cell on Excel is your what? It is your column names. And then the first names are your row names. So now let's put this guy over here. Can we try to do the name ceremony for this guy? How can we do that? We are going to trace this guy back to the root source, to the surname. What is the surname over here? E. And what is the first name over here? 7. So we know that this is cell E7. That's the name. So we have been able to join the surname, which is your column name. This is the column name, and then with the first name, which is the row name. What's your row name? That is your 7. So that is E7. That's the name ceremony. So, however, what we just did over here, we have what we call name box. This guy over here, this guy up here. It is called name box. On your name box, each of your names will be there. Each of the cells you are picking, their names will be there. Can you see? As I pick this, the name is changing. This is B21. As I pick this is M17. As I pick this is P10. As I pick this is O23. As I pick this is C18. That is simply how your naming works out. So this is your name box. So furthermore, in the class, I will teach you how to name range. There's something called name range. There's something called name range. Your name range is you taking some columns or some range and naming them. Furthermore, in the class, we will look at what name range is and how to name your range. For name range, you all can use for some quick arithmetic calculation and the likes. But then we look at that one by the time we get there. So we have been looking at if we look at what our column is, our row is, and then what our cell is. So on your Excel interface, generally, this is your interface. This is what we call formula box, formula bar. This is what we call formula bar. On your formula bar, any formula you apply on your Excel, it will be here. This time around, what we have is a name. So the name will be here. For example, let's do equals to 2 plus 2. You know that this is a formula. 2 plus 2, that's the formula. And 2 plus 2 equals to what? Equals to 4. So on here, what you keep seeing is 4. But as a formula bar, the formula bar will be telling you the formula behind the 4. How did they get this 4? 2 plus 2. That's what the formula bar will do. So any formula you are working with at any particular point in time, I can tell you to maybe share your screen that I want to look at. I can just say you click on your cell and I tell you, oh, your formula is correct. Oh, your formula is wrong. How do I know? I am checking through your formula bar. So this is actually a simple calculation. That is why we choose like this. But by the time we start getting to some advanced calculation, in this class, we'll be looking at what our VLOOKUP is. VLOOKUP is a referencing one of our referencing tools. We're looking at what VLOOKUP is, what H lookup is. Then we also 8-time parameters. We also be looking at what we call index maps. These guys are guys that you can actually use to actually up your game. Like you can use it to up your game when it comes to Excel usage. So, but then we still get there. Just what you are just preparing the ground before we get there. So, however, generally on here we have so many guys here talking about our functions, your wrap, your match and center. These are for manipulation. We still look at this. We have all your fonts. Let's go back to our slide for today. Let's go and look at what are the things we are prepared to learn in class today. So we have discussed what Excel is. We have talked about what spreadsheet is. Now we have been talking about our ribbons. We have mentioned formula bar. I've mentioned the sheet, your sheet start. I've also told you what your cell is, what your row is, and what your column is. So this your ribbon. Your ribbon is generally this. This is what they call ribbon. This guy, this menu tab. Let me. Can you see how to add ribbon? All my ribbons are gone. But then let me bring them back. Show tab, and command. So this guy, this is what we call our ribbon. And the truth is, most of the things you'll be doing on your Excel, you'll be using your ribbon to achieve that. Assuming we have a lot of time, throughout about 2 classes, we always go towards your ribbon, or every guy on your ribbon. That's how we do it for our students. We go through the ribbon itself for 2 days to look at every guy, every element on this ribbon, every one of them. Every one of them on your, in fact, we have a lot of them. Every one of them on your draw, you have this on your page layout. You have this. Although this page layout, if you are printing, that's when you need all this. Your formula bars. These are all your formulas. We have so many formulas on Excel, and then we have a library for the formula. The place you can go to go and take all any formula that you need. So we have a library for formula, and then also we have data. By the time we start using data, that will be in our class. That will be either tomorrow or next tomorrow. Let's see, working with data. Yeah, that's our class tomorrow. Working with data. So our class tomorrow, I'll be coming here basically, and I'll be teaching you from this report. I'll be showing you how to import data sets on your Excel. I mean external data set, how to bring it on board on your Excel so that you can start doing one or two things on your Excel. You know, there are ways of bringing data, but tomorrow we'll talk more extensively about how to bring data. What are data? Why do you need data? And what are the minor things? And what are all about if you want to get external data, how can you get them? So we'll be looking at all these things tomorrow. And then, so for today, in our ribbon, one of the things we have in plan that we'll be talking about in today's class is keyboard shortcuts and mouse use. Keyboard shortcuts and mouse use. If you are vast with your Microsoft Word, some of these guys we use on your Microsoft Word, they are also very useful on Excel. For example, how do you copy on your Microsoft Word? Control C. How do you paste on your Microsoft Word? Control V. How do you cut? Control X. How do you some of these shortcuts that you know on your Excel is they are also functional on your Microsoft Excel that you've learned in your Microsoft Word. They are also functional in your Microsoft Excel. Part of the things that will be sent out to you for people that actually registered in the through our through our website, for people that registered through our website, part of the things that will be forwarded to your mail later is an Excel shortcut, list of Excel shortcuts. For people that did not register on our website, please, I will ask them to send the form back to your page, to your WhatsApp page, so that you guys can fill it and you can have your mail. Having your mail, by the end of all the classes, we will send you the link to the recording in case you want to go back again. And also, part of the things I will be sending to you also is keyboard shortcuts on Excel. Why do you make keyboard shortcut on Excel? The truth is, you don't want to be planning a lot of things. You want to do your work as fast as possible. You want to be very fast. You want to add something together. You're not typing this one plus this one plus this one plus this one plus. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be able to streamline your time. You want to be able to make wise use of your time. So if you want to do that, you need how to use your shortcut. And then once you are doing this shortcut, this keyboard shortcut, we are not asking you to go out there and say, SynthAnalytics are sending keyboard shortcuts. I must cram all these shortcuts. I must know everything on my head, so that anytime they wake me up in the morning, I will just give it to them back off. No, that's not the gist. The gist is that when you are doing the shortcuts, it might take time to actually get balance on it. It might take time. Well, you don't expect you to know all the shortcuts in the next week. I told you I've been using this guy for almost 10 years. About 10 years. So we don't expect you to just scan everything overnight and the like. So we expect that maybe if you are picking just 5 for this week, you pick the 5 for the week, and then anytime you're using your Excel, you keep using it, you keep using it, you keep using it. So once you're done after that week, you know that I only know this 5. So another week, you add another 5 to it. So you keep making how many? Making 10. Another week, you put another 5, making 15. So this is the way you can actually start getting progressive about your learning, and you start using your keyboard shortcut. And then the truth is, if you know how to use shortcuts, the truth is, since you can do, let's say, don't let me exaggerate, since you can do in, let's say, 20 minutes, you might be able to save yourself 5 minutes. Don't let me exaggerate. Since you can do in 20 minutes, you'll be able to save yourself at least 5 minutes. But then, if you know how to use Excel automation, the truth is something you can do within 20 minutes. With exact automation, you can do it in 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, depending on the complexity of the project. That's the trick. That's the trick. And I told you about my background. I studied quantity surveying in university, and then when I finished school, one of the air I did for myself, one of the air I did for myself. I told you that one of the best things that actually happened to me was actually learning Excel. What the air I did for myself was that my early days on the quick, I was able to craft out an Excel template for my work. So in quantity surveying, there's something we call taking off. What taking off means is that you are given a drawing. It's a conditional time anyway. You are given a drawing and you are asked to measure the quantities. At least you know what quantity means. If I ask you to measure a congo of rice, you know what a congo of rice is. If I ask you to measure a cup of rice, you know what a cup of rice is. So the same way you can measure a congo of rice and a cup of rice. So that's the same way you have to measure in construction. So we have to measure. And then what I did for myself was that I was able to sit down, craft out an exact template for myself. And then anytime I have to measure, the same way that anytime you have to measure 1 cup of rice, what do you do? What the first comes to your mind? You will say that, oh, go and give me a cup, go and bring cup for me. Maybe you have your younger one. Go and bring a cup. Or maybe you go to kitchen yourself. Yeah, cup, okay. You measure it yourself, and then why the question is, you said to measure a cup of rice. Why can't you use your hand to measure it? Talking about accuracy, it might not, some people can actually do it anyway. But then it will not be accurate. But then when you measure, there is always a tool that comes to your mind that, oh, I want to measure right. Okay, how do you know you pass your tool? How do you know you pass? It's because a measurement has been put in place. So what I did was that I created an exact template for myself. And anytime I have a new drawing, I pick my exact template and then I start populating it. So on a month, work that will take me 1 week to do, work a taking off that if I'm using the traditional approach, that will take me a week to do. The truth is within 2 or 3 days, maximum, I am done with it. So I can save about 2 or 3 days for myself. I can save about 2 or 3 days myself. So that is how a day can actually optimize your process. So you coming to class today, I want to salute you again. I want to celebrate your courage again that you guys are actually doing great. You are actually on the right track. It's the right track that if you maximize it, the truth is you will make life more comfortable for yourself. Apart from the fact that you can use it in business and then in the real world. So now, let's talk about some of these. Let's talk about on here we have using our copy paste, drag create, and auto fill feature. Then we do all these. Let's start with our basic calculation. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Our basic calculation. Let's do some basic calculation. So we have been using 65. Let's come back to 61, and then let's do a kind of some basic calculation. So let's assume I'm running a store. Let's assume I'm running the store, and then I have my SN. Your SN is most times used for numbering. Most times we call it unique ID, possibly your primary key. So I can have the name of the product. I can have products, and then I can say what can I say again? I can say price. I can say price. So this time around, I am running a shop, and in my shop you can come to my shop and you can buy anything. Please, if you are running a business at the moment, and you don't have a record of all the sales you have been making so far, you are being wrong. You are wrong. Let me use that word. You are wrong. You are actually wrong. So if you are doing any form of business you are doing, you must do what we call bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is an integral part of business success. Bookkeeping is an integral part of business success. For example, if I should ask you, you are selling, let me use a common example. I always say my favorite. Let's say shoe. You're selling shoe. If I should ask you that how much did you make in revenue in January, it should be something that you should have a record for it. Oh, this is the amount of money. You should be able to say it. Oh, in January I made 1,000 in sales. You should have a valid record for it. And the only way you can have a record for that is through your bookkeeping. So, in fact, Excel can be used for bookkeeping. In fact, it's one of the sweetest guides you can use for bookkeeping. Excel is one of the sweetest guides you can use for bookkeeping. So now, let's say I have one. Let's assume somebody came to my store and say, "Oh, SynthAnalytics, I want to buy Milo from you guys." Oh, okay, you want to buy Milo? We are sending the Milo for you for $500. Don't worry. In SynthAnalytics, we are not dealing with dollars. We are not spending the naira with you guys again. We are not spending naira with you guys again. So any price I'm writing them in dollars. And so let's say Milo, he said Milo, okay, he said $500. Okay. So what about somebody else came, said, I want to buy sugar. Let's say sugar is cheaper, let's say $200. And then your bookkeeping can be as minute as this. So to make your bookkeeping more interesting, let me just add somebody out there. To make your bookkeeping much more interesting, you can have a column for your date over here. You can have a column for your date over here. Then you can use a special feature we call today. Go to today, open your bracket and close your bracket. So today we write today's date for you. That is inevitable. If you write today's date for you, so you don't need to decide yourself with I want today's date. And then let me tell you, when you write this, it is best that you can see that all the dates is this is what we call drag P. Can you see? Let me go over that again. Ctrl Z. This is a shortcut. Ctrl Z. What your Ctrl Z do is that it is undo. What you call your undo on your work. Ctrl Z. Can you see that now that we are talking about we are using shortcut? Ctrl Z is for what? Is for undo. So I just did that now. So now this is today's date, and these are the people that are coming to our store today. Now we have a lot of people. You might not keep this date load at the instant. Just say, oh, okay, this guy bought this $50. Somebody else is buying let's say what else can we sell in our store? Let's say yam. I'm just saying you are not selling everything. You're then just yourself. Okay. So let's keep it at this. I wish it can go longer. But then this guy, you are just coming, just like, oh, okay, I'm done for the day. These are all the products I have for today. These are all the products I have for today. So how much did you make today? So you can ask this guy here and say your total sales. Very simple. So now we want to add these guys together. These are your basic calculations. We want to add these guys together. How can we add together? I will teach you the long cuts, and then I will also teach you the short cut. I will teach you the long cut, I will teach you the short cut. And then after teaching you the short cut, I will now teach you the cheat code. Or let me use the word short cut. I mean, okay. Look at short cut. I want keyboard short cut this time around, not your normal short cut. So now you want to add this together. Anytime you want to start anything arithmetic, adding up on your Excel, you start with your equals to sign. If you don't put equals to sign and you are typing, and if you take it as your normal test, you will not do any calculation on it. However, anytime you want to do any calculation, whether according to our slide, whether it is your addition, whether your subtraction, whether your multiplication, whether your division, how will you start? You use your equals to. So we have our equals to. So, and then we want to add all these guys, say this one plus this one plus this one plus this one. Immediately I done, you click on your enter, and then this guy has added everything together. However, the question now is that what about if you make 1,000 sales in a day? Yeah, your business might not be looking at it, but then you think if your business will grow, you believe in your business will grow, you can make it. You can make it. So what about if you are making a 1,000 sales in a day? Will you be picking them one after the other to add up? No, that's a long way to go. That's a long way to go. So how can you do it? You can easily do let's delete this. You can easily do your equals to sum. Sum is a function on Excel. Sum is one of the functions we have on Excel. So sum allows you to do, sum is the same thing as addition. So sum allows you to add. So you can say that sum of what? So click on this sum, open your brackets, and then come and drag all these guys, like come and pick these guys. So no matter the numbers you have there, just drag them down like that, and then just do this, and then do this. So can you see that we're having the same result? When you get to the name range, I will teach you another shortcut to that. I don't want to jump here. So now that is your shortcut. Now I'm not telling you now that I want to teach you another shortcuts on your keyboard. I want to teach you another shortcut on your keyboard. So let's do this guy again. So on my keyboard at the moment, I will press Alt and equals to Alt. And then I will press my equal to sign. These two guys. Alt and equal to, I will press them. So I will press them now. I will get you guys can see my answer so that you guys do not think I'm doing another magic in the background. But then this is my Alt and equal to. Can you see? Immediately I press click on my Alt and equals to, by default, this guy picks all the values above it. By default, it picks all the values above it. And picking all the values above it, I can do my enter, times the same result. So if I have 1,000 rows and I press my Alt equals to, it will pick everything at once. And then I'm fine. I'm good to go. So that is how to do your little addition using your Excel. Now, what about if you want to do our minus, our subtraction? The subtraction is the same thing. That, let's say we say this is price. Let's say this is purchase price. Now you want to calculate your profits. You want to see how much you are making. You want to see, look at the cost of production. So let's say this guy, you bought this guy for $500. Let's change this guy to dollars. You bought this guy for $400. I bought this guy for $150. I bought this guy for $35. I bought this guy for $10. Now, profits. How much profit am I making on each one of these guys? How much profit? So the only way to know your profit is to remove your sales price minus your purchase price. So, but then this is your purchase price. We include your cost. Let us use purchase price. Let us use cost of production minus cost of production. What is cost of production? Because I don't want you to miss it. Production. Because your cost of production has to do with the amount of money you brought the product to sell. If you include your transport, if you do all your transport, if you pay some people on the road before you got the goods there, those things are your cost of production. And then you want to be able to know how much you are actually making into your pocket, not just the price difference. So now, these are cost of production. So how do we do that? We do our equals to this minus this. This minus this. So we click our enter. So this is your 100. 500 minus 400 will give you what? Will give you 100. Now we want to learn something. We said using drag field. This guy over here. This guy over here. Drag field. This guy over here. Drag field. We want to use this drag field. And then after using this drag field, then we use this our auto field feature. Auto field features. So we use our drag field and we use our auto field feature. Then we can do our copy and paste and call it a night. And then we pick it up from there tomorrow. So now, drag field. What drag field does is that, let's come back here, equals to today. Equals to today. So click on enter. We want to write over here. But don't forget, it's something we have over here that we want to write over here. It's something that we want to write over here. It's something that we want to write over here. Is that not it? It's the same thing. So how can we, instead of repeating it again and writing equal to today again and writing it for each one of them, how can we do that without writing? So you can simply come over here and then come to this your corner. This is your corner. You see your mouse changing to black, and you can drag it down. And then you drag it down, this is what we call drag field. Let me go over it again. We have this, and then we are at the edge over here, and we are dragging it down. That's what we call your drag field. So it means that you drag it down and it gets filled up. We drag it down. By the time we get to one of our classes, we'll be talking about type of referencing. We have a type of referencing, we have absolute referencing, we have relative referencing. By the time we get there, I'll be telling you the disadvantage of using this drag field. Because some of you can use this guy tomorrow and then you will not get the result you expect. It is because there's a logic behind it. What's the logic behind it? I will be teaching you the logic behind it in our absolute referencing and relative referencing class. We have two types of referencing. We have absolute referencing, we have relative referencing, we have mixed referencing. So by the time we get to that class, we will discuss much about that. So that's your drag field. Now let's talk about our auto field. So talking about this auto field, I'll be teaching you how to do it using two guides. One of your ribbons and then a shortcut. One of your ribbons and a shortcut. A shortcut. Now let's come over here. We want to fill this formula that is here. We want to fill it down instead of coming back to come and be typing the formula one by one for every guy. How can we do that? I can highlight this and then come over here, this guy over here, and then I can click on this, and then I can use my fill down. Now you see, we have fill down, we have fill right, we have fill up, we have fill left. I can click on my fill down. So let's see. Can you see? Usually I click on fill down. What it populated everything. So let's click on it. Can you see the same formula we type up here that is there? Let's click on here. Can you see the same formula as this one minus this one? Can you see? That is what we are getting. That's how to do your auto fill. However, if I don't want to go this long journey, you know, I'm trying to save time as much as possible. I don't have time to be going to my ribbon. How can I do it? So Ctrl Z, undo, Ctrl Z, undo. Okay, so how can I do this? I've already highlighted it. On your keyboard, you can press Ctrl D on your keyboard. You can press Ctrl D. So let me press Ctrl D on my keyboard. Ctrl D. Can you see? I just press Ctrl D on my keyboard. And what Ctrl D did, what Ctrl D did is that it helps me to automatically fill down my formula across board. It helps me to automatically fill down my formulas across board. So that is your auto. So I don't need to be passing through the stress of coming, be writing the formula equals to this one minus this, this one minus this, this one minus. No, I don't need to stress myself. This is soft life. This is soft work. I told you, Excel will give you a soft life. So if you need a soft life, please do focus on this guy. focus on this guy. So that is how to use your autofill. That's basically how to use your autofill. So if you have so many data sets, 1,000 data sets, 1 million data sets, it is the same rudiment. It follows the same principle. It follows the same principle. Your Ctrl D is your Ctrl D for 1 million data sets. It is the same thing for 2 data sets. Even for 50 data sets, it is always the same thing. Your fill down, your fill right, your fill up, or your fill left, they are always the same thing across board. No matter your amount of data that you are working on. So with that, if we'll be talking about any other thing, possibly we'll be talking about our division. I have not seen any thing to. So let us now calculate my percentage profit. Let me see my percentage. Let's see how I can calculate a percentage so that we can use a division. So let's say equal to, these are purchase price. These are purchase price. Let us change it to cost of production. Let's change it to cost of production. Let's change it to cost of production. So now, these are cost of production. I want to know how many percent I am making from this. How many percentage I'm making from this. In your mathematics, let's go back to our mathematics. Your mathematics says that it is new sales price minus cost of production, close this bracket so that we won't make it, so that we know that we get that together. So that we can use the board math. Then divided by what? Your cost, divided by your cost of production. Then you can do your multiply by 100. This is a percentage. You don't know the percentage profit you are making on each sale. This is your normal formula. This formula is not from heaven. You know, the reason why I know this formula is because I went to secondary school. You know, if you went to secondary school, you know this formula. Don't mind me, that's just by the way. But then this formula is just that's to tell you that these things are not to be counted actually. That's to tell you. That will tell you that all these things are normal things that you actually use in your daily life, your normal mathematical expression, your normal thing. Just that you need to understand the reasoning and break them to your brain. So very fast, I'll be very fast in the next few minutes. So let's say percentage profit. Let's do it. So we said sales price minus cost of production. So can we use this guy? Yeah, we can use this guy. 100. Yeah, we can use it because this guy is our sales price minus cost of production. This one, the sales price minus cost of production, that's 100. So we can easily use this guy equals to. Don't let me stop your head yet. Let's use our 100. Don't let me stop your head yet. I wanted to pick this cell initially, but then don't let me stop your head yet. Then divided by what? What's our cost of production? This is our cost of 400 divided by 400. So let's close the bracket just like we did it the other time. Let's close the bracket and then multiply it by 100. So we have 25% profit we made on just this particular one. This 25%. This 25%. But then this guy, other way around. Let's keep this one here. Now let's come over here. The same thing we did over here. Let me come and do it here. Let me come. The same thing I did. This will be the last thing I will do today. So that I will not do so much. I will not, so that your head will not become bigger overnight. And they will not be asking you when you wake up, why your head is looking bigger? I told them it was SynthAnalytics training yesterday, and they gave us a balloon. We don't want that. We want to give it to you in peace. So that you can go and practice this again tomorrow class, and let's see. The same formula we did over here, the same thing we did over here, let's do it over here, but then in a different style. This will be the last thing you do for tonight. And then if you have a question, you can ask a question, and then you call it a night. You don't want to start with more than 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, so that you can have basic over time. So we can do equals to sales price. What's our sales price? I can do this minus what's our cost of production? This guy minus this guy. Can you see that instead of writing 500 like we did for this other one the other time, like writing 100 over here, instead of writing 500, I am coming to the cell that is housing the 500. Don't forget, we have talked about cell naming. We did name ceremony for ourselves, and we know that this cell is what? B and 3. B3, can you see? Cell B3. This cell is what? E and 3, cell E3. That's the reason why we did our name ceremony to start with. So that, we did name ceremony, I've not seen right yet, I've not seen any drinks. So I think I'll be expecting my rice and my drink from you guys. So but then, that's just by the way anyway. So now, we have done sales price minus cost of production. We are fine. That will give us the what? The profits. So instead of using this guy, if you want, you can still use this guy. You do the same result. Now, divided by what? Divided by this guy, cost of production. What's our cost of production? This guy. So I'll go and click on this guy again. I'll click on this guy again. And once I click on this guy, it's bringing it back. So if I want, I can multiply it by 100, just like we did. But then I don't want this time around. I want to show you something else. So let me click on enter. Can you see that it is giving us 0.25? This is the reason why I'm trying to tell you why Excel will make life easy for you. This guy, if you want to continue with this guy, we'll see have to come back here and do equal to this one into bracket, this one divided by this one, then multiply by 100. Yeah. So we have 33.33. This one also equals to this one. Let me open the bracket. This one divided by this one, multiplied by 100. That's how, even if I have 1,000 facets, I'll keep going on like that for even the 1,000 facets. But then, that is not the reason why you're in class. You are in class to make life easy for yourself. So, you are in class to make life easy for yourself. So, how can you make life easy for yourself? So, instead of doing that, you can easily do this. This minus this divided by this. So, I can come over here, this is our percentage, this is our number, and click on percentage. Can you see this giving me 25%? Are we getting the same thing with this? Yes, we are getting the same thing. We're getting the same thing. So now, let me delete this guy, or let me cut and paste this guy here. Don't forget, we have one guy over here. Let me color it yellow, so that we can know we have one guy over here. This is the question we did over here. Let's try and fill down, just like we did over here, and we did over here. Let's try and fill this one down. Let's see. Fill down. Can you see it is giving us 25, 25, 25. why we are feeling it then. But then what we have over here is 3.33. What you have over here is 42.85. Thank God it's not calculating before. Maybe because our followers like everything is in capital. So now let's come and feed this one down. This guy, drag it down. Can you see? This is 33%. Can you see the same thing with this 30%? For 3%, can you see for 2.85? Can you see this is correct? This is 300%. Wow. You guys, you made a lot of money on this guy. This is 300%. So now, what is the difference between this guy and this guy? This guy is using traditional approach. You are inputting the formula one after the other. But then this guy is using a time efficient approach. You are automating your process. It's part of things that you can do to increase your productivity. So what we did was that we input our formulas using what we already have on our table. And then with that, we can easily use what we call our referencing to repopulate the formula. So by the time we talk about referencing, you will know the names behind this guy and how it works. And I think with that, we have covered all our schedule for tonight. We talked about copy and paste, using copy and paste. We talked about it. We have talked about our subtraction, we talked about our division. I have done multiplication. I multiplied by 100, so we've done multiplication. Our addition, we've done our addition. Keyboard, of course, I used some in class, and then I have promised you guys that we have some in your mail immediately after the old bootcamp. I think with this you can call it a night, and then from tomorrow you can pick it up on our working with data. You can see what is data, how to use data, and every other thing associated with it. I don't know if you have any questions. You can please drop your questions in the chat box in the income message now. You can drop your call in the inbox message now, or your question in the inbox message now, so that I can attend to your question. It might not be to make it more coordinated. I might not be able to take the audio question, but if you have a question, please use the income message now. Okay, so if there's no question, back to the moderator. Thank you so much for having me tonight. See you guys tomorrow at the same time. So thank you so much for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Thank you for the lessons. I think I also learned quite a number of things. Thank you so much. I'm sure that each and every one of us has learned something, and we're looking forward to coming back again tomorrow, same time, to learn again. If we have questions, if we are not able to answer them right on the call here, we can always send them to us either via mail or on the WhatsApp page. Thank you so much once again for joining in. Let's call it a night here. See you tomorrow.